Yo, what's up? My name is Michelangelo Parker, and I'm a runway and print model. See, look, here's me, right there. And I came across this video on YouTube the other day that I felt like I really needed to break down for you guys because I feel like this video is completely destructive to men everywhere. I'm gonna try to clear up some of the things that he's saying because they just straight up do not make sense, and they will ruin your love life and ruin your chances with women.
I mean, I want you to think about the average plight of the average male while watching this clip. You know, I can relate heavily to a lot of the things that you're about to see in this clip because, you know, especially as a black man, if you're a black male, you will deeply resonate with this clip and it'll probably hit hard for a lot of you guys.
I want you guys to take note of the fact that he said that he can relate to the things that he's saying in this video.
I need to check my video.
Hey, Duke right there. I'm about to go Duke right there.
So I'm just saying, I
Duke
need
is
to
right
check
there.
my video.
Duke is right there. That's Duke.
I see Duke.
How you doing, man?
Hey, why you damn man? Like, the man was old.
I'm just being respectful.
Okay, hey.
Bro, that's the second time a girl said a man is old.
It
Bro,
is.
being respectful,
It
bro.
is being respectful.
Hey, this is not what it look like.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you why your stomach greasy.
Like,
I need to check my videos out, okay?
Huh?
Videos. Music videos.
You do music?
No, music videos. I act, you know what I mean? A lot of music videos.
You know how to rap or sing?
I'm a model.
They might say that though.
I'm serious.
So I'm model.
Bring the tall white girl back, my boy. This one an L.
Oh.
Y'all do cute.
Shit, yeah, appreciate it. Touch it.
Hey.
Wait, I got a question. Okay, I got a question.
What's your question?
So, do you think that?
I'm making no competition. I don't got time for
No,
that.
I'm not competing with my dogs.
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't know my question. I forgot the question.
Dude got a girlfriend.
Who, me? Now, you know, now I ain't got no girlfriend. You got a boyfriend?
Nope.
Why you said it fast?
Yeah, she said she had a boyfriend, but then she
Duke
started saying no.
UAW mods, no cap. How's your day going?
Oh, my day going, fantastic, man. You know what I'm saying? How your day going, my dog?
Why is she only focused on you, shorty? Shit, fuck that.
He said no, he gonna
Who? You asking?
I am.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
23.
Okay.
I'm 23, y'all.
Yeah, you a little.
Wow.
What? Fuck you gonna do?
Like,
You know the consequences of doing shit that word. Dig down.
What?
What?
He's my
Bro, I'm tired of disrespect,
I'm trying to tell
I'm
you,
tired of disrespect.
I'm a grown
Bro,
woman.
shit
Baby,
get
I'm
wicked.
telling you.
I'm dead ass, bro.
Okay,
Bro, I'm
baby.
tired. Bro, I'm tired.
Your man feel like he can do something.
Yo, that nigga did. Yo.
Hey.
God damn.
Your man feel like he can.
So what else I have to do?
I don't know. You gotta. He can teach you.
Hey, yo. Oh, fuck.
Pause, though.
You know you go to jail for that, right?
What?
You know you go to jail for that, right?
Listen,
You know you go to jail for that, right?
y'all can bail me out.
Do you know you go to
Duke,
jail
it's
for that?
Hoodie Raw Watts. Good, my boy.
Bro, hold on. What you got on your stomach, bro?
Bro, it's wax,
Wax.
bro. It's dumb as fuck right now.
Stuck. Yeah.
Hey, but you go to jail for that.
What the fuck going on?
Yo, he was wet. Look.
My boy Duke always got a W fit on.
Oh, you like this right here, my dog?
You like that right
real slight, you know what I'm saying? But,
You like you looking at that nigga dick. I'm just being honest.
I don't do that.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I don't do that. I don't need to.
What? Well, that wasn't an alley-oop dance?
I don't need to do. I don't need to do all that.
Well, you know what? Y'all can get back to y'all waxing wax off. Nice to meet you, most definitely, though. What you say your name was?
Beautiful.
Kai, why would you do this? Wait till Rage sees this. Kai the cup, Kai the cup, Kai the cup, Kai the
All right,
cup.
my dog.
I got you.
Hit me up when you get off your work.
All right, bro.
All right, so I don't know if you guys could see a lot of the things that he had on the screen, but a lot of it, he was just kind of like shaming Kai for the way that he was acting in this video. But the thing that he's not taking into consideration is the fact that Kai is running a live stream right here. I have personal experience running a live stream, and I know how those type of things go. So when you are running a live stream, you have to keep the audience entertained. You have to keep the chat going. You got to have, somebody has to be taking control of the room. Somebody has to constantly, like, there has to be a ringleader. Kai is being the ringleader. Basically, you have to understand the dynamics of the situation. Duke came in and the girl started flirting with Duke. That creates an imbalance in the energy. Nobody wants to sit there and be the third wheel of two people flirting. That's not entertaining for the live, and it's not entertaining for the host. Kai had to turn the energy up and keep people entertained. That's it. He's just trying to gain back control of the live and keep everything going. Everything is not about girls. There was a more important situation going on in this video, which was running a live stream. It's very obvious.
Is that right? It's gonna be a man.
Yep. Species existence.
What am I gonna be?
The partner. The partner. Kai's the partner. I fuck with him though. And him? Kai's the partner. I fuck with him though. And him? Woo! That went
You know the consequences of doing things that you are. Oh, that nigga did! God damn!
Yeah.
We got something going on over there. You feel what I'm saying now? Skittles, like, you know, are you gonna make that nigga taste the rainbow?
Hey, bro, funny with the music though. Hey, my boy Jackson Stacks, you're funny with the music, bro. It's as I get the concept that you're trying to push. I get the narrative. It's hilarious. I'm just saying, bro, like the way that you are misinterpreting what's going on here is kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Like, think about this, bro. This is Kai Cenat. You got to take that into account. Take that into account. This is Kai Cenat. This is not some regular nigga just streaming out of his apartment. This is Kai Cenat. He can go and get any girl that he want, pretty much. You know what I mean? Any girl that want him or any girl that he wants pretty much will want him back because it's Kai Cenat. He's not competing with Duke over one girl that's sitting in his room. He's not tripping on that.
All right, now that we got that clip out the way, first and most important thing that I want to talk about is, you see, personality, and I've said this in many of my videos, you know, personality, confidence, charisma, whatever you want to call it. You know, I fell for that trap too, guys. I spent literally majority of my life thinking that, you know, I fell for the false hope that you can use personality, confidence, charisma, all these things. And, you know, I fell for it. You know, I fell for it. We've all fell for it, you know, through Hollywood, the movies, through family, and even girls themselves. You know, other men would tell you, oh, it's just your confidence, bro, your personality. And, you know, we all know by now that personality and confidence are basically a result of your looks. You know, how you were treated as an adolescent, as a teenager is going to factor in greatly in terms of your personality and looks. People treat you how you look. And I'm not just talking about how you dress. A lot of people say, oh, see, that's why you got to dress well. No, it's bones, it's height, it's things you cannot change. And people treat you how you look. You know, I've said this before, how, you know, people, if someone thinks you're good looking, they'll naturally perceive you as confident. And I've seen it time and time again. You know, if a woman is attracted to you, she will start to portray and put on attributes to you that you might not even have. I once believed that by being the center of attention, that, you know, in a room full of girls, if I was just a jester, if I just was loud enough or funny enough, then the girls would gravitate towards me, you know, and that was all not true. All that was false, you know. I mean, I even tried it a few times, I'm not gonna lie, especially like in high school. I remember sometimes trying to be funny, you know, or trying to be a clown, or trying to do little things that I thought would gain attraction. I fell into the PUA scam. I fell into all those scams, you know, thinking I can use your mouthpiece, you can use your game. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, the first problem with what my man's is saying is he's conflating two different things. He's conflating trying to be funny and confidence. Gesturing and being confident are two different things. If you're confident, you don't have to act like a damn clown. You don't have to be a jester at all. You could just chill and be confident. And a lot of guys try to fake confidence, which is what he described, is him faking confidence, right? And then surprised when people see through it. People can see through you faking your confidence. Maybe for him, his confidence is dependent on how he looks, right? So if he looks good in that moment, then he's more confident. We all know a guy that is really funny, really confident, and really charismatic, and he might not be the stereotypical attractive guy. He might be a huge, like, overweight guy, but he's funny as hell, right? And charismatic, and he knows how to talk to people, has all types of confidence. This guy feels like he is incapable of doing that because of his looks. Now, looks aside, right? If we take the looks out of the equation, there's another way to get confidence. Your confidence can come from just working out, exercising daily, knowing that you're constantly training, getting your muscles right, getting your body right, getting in shape, gives you a boost of confidence. Having purpose and a passion in your life that you constantly go back to and you're grinding towards. If you have a goal in life that you are grinding towards, if it's something that makes you happy, that you're not doing for money, you're doing it because it's fun. These passions, these purposes, these goals will create confidence in your life because you have a direction, you know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, of course you're not going to be confident. Sitting around and saying, "Oh, I don't look like that guy, so I can't be confident." Bro, that's a terrible way to look at life, and that's terrible advice from this guy. But let's hear him out and listen to what he has to say.
I've already done that stuff. This is how I know it's false. You know, I'm not a guy who hasn't tried anything. I've tried everything. This is how I know the shit I talk about is facts. You know, I believe that, you know, oh, she doesn't like me, but, you know, maybe if I change my attitude, I could change her mind. You know, and looking back, it all makes sense now. When I look back now and all, even out like through my 20s, when I look back through my teens, my early 20s especially, it all makes sense now. You know, it all makes sense that no amount of jokes, confidence, assertiveness, whatever you call it, will ever make a woman like you who never found you, who doesn't find you attractive.
He just conflated jokes, confidence, and assertiveness. Those are not the same things. You can't conflate those three things. You just can't. If you're trying to appear more confident or more attractive by telling jokes, what if your jokes are just not fucking funny? What if they're just not funny? Then what? It's not about your looks. It's about the fact that you don't know how to deliver a joke. So if you don't know how to deliver a joke, but you keep trying to crack jokes, yeah, it's not going to work. If you're trying to be assertive and you're faking it the way that you're trying to fake confidence,
come here right now, bitch.
That's not going to work.
You know, nothing can overcome that first initial, whether a woman finds you attractive or not. There's nothing you can do. This is why I always say your mouthpiece, your game, that stuff doesn't matter as much as you think it does, you know, because if a woman is not attracted to you, nothing else matters. You know, no amount of talking, trying to nag her and say negative things to try to amplify your value to her. None of that stupid crap is going to work, you know? And when a woman is attracted to you, you don't have to do anything. Notice in the clip that the guy Duke Dennis, he wasn't doing anything. If you notice, he wasn't saying much. The girl was like engaging him. And he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing much at all, just chilling. You know, and this is why I always tell you guys, you don't have to do the most. A lot of guys are trying to be perfect, trying to work on their social skills and all that stupid crap, self-improvement, all that stupid crap. Just in the video, in the clip, just watch how when that Duke guy entered the room, the reaction, how the woman changed up her energy. You know, she had that kind of like boss bae energy and that kind of aggressive energy. But then as soon as the guy she finds attractive walks into the room, look how her energy switched up, how feminine she started behaving, how she shook his hand. Just notice the shit. I don't know if a lot of you guys might not even notice all that stuff, but I noticed all of it. No amount of jokes or laughing or being funny or personality or confidence will ever bring this out of a woman. It's all raw attraction. You know, a lot of the red pillars like to talk about how, oh, you know, in order to get a woman to submit to you, bro, you gotta.
Okay, so I don't think he's taking into account the fact that this is Duke fucking Dennis, dude. Bro, why are you comparing yourself to Duke Dennis? You don't even show your face on your channel, bro. You're not even showing your face on your channel. This is a dude who is a worldwide superstar. Everybody knows who Duke Dennis is. So, of course, she's going to behave that way. She would act that way if Justin Bieber walked in the room. She would act that way if Michael B. Jordan walked in the room. It has nothing to do with, oh, he was just so attractive when he comes in the room that she just instantly fell in love. That's not what it is, bro. It's the fact that he is Duke Dennis, right? And maybe it's his aura, right? Maybe he comes in and he's just chilling, right? He comes in, he's just being chill. It's a stark contrast from how Kai is behaving in that moment, right? And maybe she's just attracted to it. Oh my gosh, it's Duke Dennis. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's so cute, right? Because it's Duke Dennis, right? Not saying that he's not an attractive guy. He's an attractive guy. He has his things going for himself. But what I'm saying is that maybe it's not all about looks. Maybe you could have this same effect too if you had the status of Duke Dennis. Oh, and one more thing. He mentioned stop trying to have social skills. Do not listen to that advice at all. Don't listen to that. Dude, you need social skills. Bro, women aside, because obviously this guy's life revolves around getting girls. Bro, women aside, you need to have social skills, because if you can talk to somebody the proper way, you can, like, what about business deals? What about those, bro? What about being able to talk to an employer? What about being able to talk to a client, a customer, right? Why do you think that social skills only matters when it comes to women? Improve your charisma, improve your social skills, and yes, women will like you more because of the fact that your social skills and your charisma boost your aura, right? Now, let's say that you use these social skills not to talk to women, right? But you use them to talk to other guys around you, right? And then you improve your social circle, right? Now you have social proof, right? All because you have social skills. Now that you have social proof, you have status like Duke Dennis, right? And that leads to women.
Be you. You don't have to change a damn thing about yourself. You know, all these people tell you, oh, you got to change. Fuck that. Go to hell with that advice. Good looking as Duke. You know, well, the thing is that, you know, if you're 5'7", it doesn't matter, because height, I always said this, but for a man, for black men especially, height is important. You know, you got to be a black man. You got to pretty much have the face and height. You got to have like both to go along. If you have one or the other, you're kind of fucked. You know, it's kind of GG. If you have the face, but you don't have the height and the physicality, then it's going to take you down a lot.
I feel like guys get a little too caught up in the height thing. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to be 6'5". I know a lot of goofy niggas that's over 6 feet tall that don't really get girls like that. Just because you tall Just because you tall don't mean that you're that nigga. Like y'all gotta cut it out with this height shit, bro. I think what it is y'all want to be 6 foot so badly that you guys let that kill your confidence, and then when you go out, you act like you're smaller than everybody else. If you walk into the room and you have a big personality and you have a big presence, dude, nobody cares about your height. Yeah, of course, if there was another you that happened to be a foot taller than you, yeah, you probably, the taller one probably would have you, right? But the thing is there's not another you that is taller than you. There's another guy that is taller than you. But why does that matter? First of all, why would you even want a girl who only wants you because of your height? Why would you even want that? Secondly, if you're like 5'8", 5'9", what did he say? I think he said 5'7". If you're 5'7", you don't think that there's a bunch of 5 foot girls out here that don't mind? Bro, I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, right? And I don't have any problems with women at all. It's never stopped me. I've had women that were taller than me. I've had women that were 6'1". So they didn't care, because if your personality is good, if you look good and you take care of yourself, you smell good, and you got a little bit of status, and you got some nice social proof, dude, you gonna be all right. So you telling me right now that Prince, who is 5'4", was not pulling women? I met Lil Baby in person. I think I'm like an inch taller than him. Women don't go crazy for Lil Baby. And I know that a lot of y'all probably are like, but these are celebrities. But you got to keep in mind, so is Duke. Duke is a celebrity. We're talking about celebrities here. So if we're talking about celebrities, look at all the short celebrities. Bruno Mars, you don't think he's getting women? It's plenty of people that are under 6 foot that get women easily. You just have to increase your value and stop worrying about increasing your height.
But my theory of why I believe black men have the roughest situation in dating, and I've said this in many videos, I believe that black men have the roughest situation in dating, especially for the non-stereotypical black male, you know. And I'm not even talking about just being a thug, you know, because that dude, this guy, he's not a thug, you know, he's not really a thug. He's not shooting up the block or selling drugs, but it's a certain blackness, an energy, it's a certain look, a certain vibe that if you don't have, then you get, you know, you're just going to struggle. You're going to struggle amongst your own community. And my theory is that I believe black men have it the worst, especially because the hypergamy in the black community is insane. You know, it's insane. You know, it's crazy. You know, this is why in the neighborhoods, the hoods, like I grew up and I remember seeing how all the women in the projects, all the project women, all the women in the apartment complex would all have babies by the same damn dudes. So from experience, my personal experience, that black women have never really found me attractive. And I'm not ugly. They've never found me to be that type of guy. You know, they never found me to be sexually attractive. Not ever attractive. They never found me to be desirable amongst the black community.
And now we see where these ideals come from, right? The reason he thinks this way is because black women have never found him attractive, right? Now, I will say this. Growing up, a lot of the time, it felt that same way for me. It felt like black women did not find me attractive, right? A lot of times, they would be very mean to me, and they would do a lot of different things, and it kind of forced me to go outside of my race for a while, right? But it didn't make me say,
oh man, I gotta have these black phenotypes, and if I don't, then there's no point. There's no point.
Bro, you gotta stop, bro.
Many of you guys probably can relate to that as well, you know, and this is why I've dated interracially. You know, it's not because I don't like black women. Actually, I'm very attracted to black women. Like, I find black women sexy as fuck, a lot of black women, and I find that a lot of black women turn me on more than white women and other races.
But they don't like you. So now you've got this victim mentality. You've got this sad outlook on life, and you're trying to spread that poison to other people. Guys, please, don't let him do that to you. There's hope out here, man.
This is what I found personally, you know. It's very easy for a black guy to find himself in a situation where he basically becomes a borderline incel, you know, or just resort to banging fat, overweight white women or settling with just some fat, you know, disgusting woman. But, you know, guys spend years trying to self-improve, you know, trying to change themselves. You know, most attraction, self-improvement and looks maxing, all that crap ain't gonna do shit for you. It's deeper than that. Most of attraction comes down to your facial structure and bones.
Once again, don't listen to him. He's telling you not to improve yourself, not to self-improve, not to looks max. Come on, bro. That is horrible advice. Dude, looks maxing did a lot for me. Looks maxing did a lot. Most people don't have more than one glow up. I had my glow up, and then years later, I looks maxed, and it took it even further. Like, that's what looks maxing is about. Looks maxing isn't here to be some magical pill you take and then it just changes your life. It's literally in the name, right? Your looks maxing. You're maxing out your looks. You're taking it to the furthest extent. You're taking what you already have, right, and maximizing those looks. That's it. So, for example, right, he's talking about bone structure. A lot of guys are a lot more attractive than they think they are. They just can't see it because they are overweight. So, if they go and lose some of that body fat, they will see their bones, they will see their facial structure. They might have a nice facial structure, they just can't see it because people like you who are saying, hey, be yourself, don't change anything, don't improve. Nah, bro, it's under there. You just got to go get it.
No, this is why I always tell guys to stop all that damn self-improvement. Stop obsessing over things like looks maxing. But dudes are doing looks maxing, thinking that's gonna make them into a Chad or a Tyrone or make them extremely desirable. You're just coping, bro. You're coping like the red pill. You know, a lot of guys.
Listen, do you hear that laugh? Oh, you think you're gonna who the fuck is you, bro? Like, dude, don't listen to him, bro. Do not listen to this guy, bro. He's going to kill your dreams. He's gonna kill your hope for no reason. Don't listen to him. Let him go and sit in his basement, right? Let him go sit in his basement and cry himself to sleep, making poisonous videos. Do not allow it to mess you up. You stay focused, keep grinding, keep improving.
Like they say, oh, the red pill is coping. Dude, a lot of looks maxers are extremely delusional and they cope with that looks maxing crap. But you know, if a woman finds you desirable, you will know. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do the most, you know. And this is why, you know, guys come to me telling me how they've been self-improving for 5 years. And, you know, now, you know, they've been trying to change themselves and adapt and do all this stuff for 5 years. And they've been following guys like Hamza and all these guys for years. And things still haven't really gotten better. Yeah, they've gotten some mild success, but nothing worth all the effort they put into trying to change themselves. And now they have worse mental health. They're more neurotic now because of all this stupid, cringy advice about self-improvement. And if you just self-improve, then you'll become a high-value male and all this stupid crap, you know? These guys tell me that, oh, I'm making money, but the dating stuff is still a nightmare. It's still brutal, man. Like, what should I do? And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these guys being lied to. I'm tired of guys telling guys they need to self-improve and change something about themselves because all for a quick buck. Because these guys like Hamza and all these guys want to make a quick buck, you know, at your expense. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these guys coming to me after years of self-improvement, being grifted and scammed and asking me what to do next. And it's sad. It's sad to see guys like Hamza, First Man, all these self-improvement, the red pillars, take advantage of these dudes and make these dudes more neurotic. These dudes are more cringy. Their personalities, they're more stifled and weird now because of all that stupid self-improvement crap. Telling guys they need to change themselves. You don't need to change a damn thing. Go to hell with all that advice. You know, fuck all that self-improvement. You got to change up your personality, bro. You got to get your mouthpiece, Chris. Oh, you got to change your personality, bro. Fuck you. I'm tired of it. I get emails from guys all the time. And now
this nigga hurt. Somebody has severely hurt this young man. He's got these people on the screen as examples. This guy right here, I think he could definitely improve. All he would have to do is get his eyebrows shaped up, cut this hair off, go bald, like just do bald. That's best for him, right? And potentially grow a beard. Maybe if he grew a beard out, it would be great, but maybe not. This guy down here, all he has to do is lose a good percentage of body fat. He would probably be like a cool 7 at least. He would be a cool 7. Get his eyebrows done, lose the body fat, and he'd be good. He'd be good. Get his hair done a different way. Maybe bald. He doesn't necessarily need to go bald. It doesn't look like if he lost the body fat and his hair was just as is, he'd probably be straight. Guys, a huge thing that people overlook when it comes to looks maxing is literally just lose body fat, dude. That's it. If you lose body fat, you're going to be good, bro. Dude, spend 30 minutes a day on the treadmill in the morning. You will be good. That's all you need. 9 times out of 10. It's going to clear up your acne. It's going to clear up your charisma and your confidence, right? Because you push through a mile in the morning. And then on top of that, right, you're losing body fat. So, dude, you'll be good. Just start there. Don't listen to this guy. He's toxic.
Got to help these guys undo the shit that a lot of these grifters and scammers have done to these young men. You know, sick of it. Go to hell with that advice, that self-improvement advice. Go fuck yourself, asshole. God damn it. I'm tired of it, man. These dudes coming to me, man, and I got to tell them the truth. I got to be the one who has the courage to tell dudes the truth. The same thing for me. I wish somebody told me the truth. I wish somebody pulled me to the side and had the courage to tell me the truth about life instead of lying to me and telling me if I just got my mouthpiece crisp, if I just worked on my personality and changed myself and self-improve enough, then I'll be that dude. Sick of it. I fell into the trap.
He's so mad, bro. He's so mad. I don't know who scammed you, right? Maybe you did get scammed. Maybe you went through some type of course that you thought was going to turn you into Giga Chad or Tyrone, right? And it didn't work out for you, right? But that doesn't mean that looks maxing as a whole is a scam. That just means you got scammed. Looks maxing is not a scam. Self-improvement is not a scam, dude. Just do it. Just try. Dude, you sound really, 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 really hurt. You sound really hurt, bro.
Well, I'm so fired up about this because I fell into that shit too. Dating coaches, PUA scammers, telling you gotta self-improve. Go to hell with all that self-improvement shit. Never change yours. Don't change a damn thing about yourself.
Yeah, if you don't take showers, don't change a damn thing about yourself. If you don't brush your teeth, don't change a damn thing about yourself. If you stink, don't change a damn thing about yourself. You 600 pounds, don't change a damn... Like, bro, come on, bro. What do you mean? You ain't had a haircut in 8 years? Don't change a damn thing about yourself. Bro. Nah. If you want what they got, you got to do what they do. If you think that Duke Dennis just woke up one day and he was Duke Dennis, bro, that's not how that goes. He was in the military, bro. His body's gonna be straight. He was in the military. Y'all niggas sitting at home jacking off watching porn. You think that you sitting on your ass is enough, but it's not. You're going to continuously be depressed the longer that you sit here with this mindset, right? But if you get up and you self-improve, right, you will be fine. You will.
Thing you need to do to change anything about yourself. Your hobbies, if you like playing games or you like whatever your hobbies are, maybe you like reading books, whatever the hell, if a woman finds you attractive, she'll find that shit attractive too. Oh, you play video games? Can you teach me? But self-improvement fuckers like Hamza tell you, oh, it's because you play video games, bro. That's your problem. Women don't like guys who play video games. So if a woman finds you attractive, she'll want to play the damn game with you. Show me how to play.
I will kind of agree with what he just said. But I would like to offer a question to you guys. Who do you think is more attractive? The guy who plays video games and eats Cheetos all day, or the guy who is constantly in Dubai? The guy who sits around and watches Fortnite videos, or the guy who plays the electric guitar? The incel who thinks like this guy, or the guy who is optimistic, going places, doing things, trying new foods, trying new things? Bro, this person right here has an amazing lifestyle. This person right here is bare minimum. You cannot expect somebody else to settle for you. You need to be improving if you want a high quality lifestyle. You have to become a high quality guy.
People tell you need to change. Oh, you got to change this, bro. Change this about you. Oh, the female gaze, bro. And the thing is that, dude, look, if you are an attractive guy, you don't need to worry about the goddamn female gaze. You think Duke the Dentist, the guy Duke the Dentist, you think he's worried about the damn female gaze? Hell no. Ain't thinking about no damn female gaze. You know? If you need to obsess over the female gaze and looks maxing, this just points to something deeper that many people don't want to accept. That you just ain't that. You ain't that dude, bro.
Maybe he doesn't focus on the female gaze, but maybe it's because he doesn't have to. Maybe he gets up and he looks in his closet, right? Or he goes to the store, the clothing store, when he goes shopping, and he says, I think this looks cool, and he puts it on. It has nothing to do with thinking about the female gaze. You think that Duke Dennis is looking at Versace shirts like the one he's got on right here? Do you think that he's looking at that shirt and he's like, wow, this looks phenomenal. This looks really cool. That I seen Tony Stark wear this in the Iron Man comic book. No, that's not what he did. He saw the shirt. He's like, okay, bro, the bitch is gonna love this, and he threw it on.
You got to get your passport. You got to do some other shit because, you're just not that guy, bro. If you're not getting desire, if you're not getting women who acts like that girl did in the clip, if you're not getting that type of treatment, it's GG, my guy. And you need to accept that and find other ways. There are other ways, you can find loopholes and ways to still do well. I'm not saying it's over. I'm not saying that you can't get laid or you'll never find love. I'm not saying that, but a lot of guys are trying to be players. They're trying to be, these guys who have rotations and they're able to attract all types of women and they're able to go up and spit. They're trying to be the shit they see in movies. They're trying to be that guy. And it's just like, you're just not, bro. If you are that guy, you will know. Women will tell you if you're that guy. If they find you attractive, you will know. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to obsess. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to change anything about yourself. All you need to be is be exactly what the fuck you are, and that's all there is to it. So anyway, that is it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.
You heard it here first, guys. You don't need to change anything about yourself. Anything. Just sit around and be the same guy for the rest of your life and expect something to change. That is literally the definition of insanity. If you keep on trying the same input and expecting a different output, you will end up just as sad and confused and depressed as this guy. Do not be that way. I'm not selling you anything. I haven't sold you anything. I haven't offered you anything. You're not paying me for this. There's no scam here. There's no money. This is just, hey, don't listen to him. Don't listen to it. It's toxic. It's destructive. You need to go and better yourself. Constantly be bettering yourself. That is what life is about. You're playing this game. Go win.